What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Make Money Matter. And today I'm joined here with Chibaria, who we are actually talking about a 7-year-old who actually made $22 million last year reviewing toys. Now, if a 7-year-old can do it, I'm sure you guys will need to learn how to do it too. So I think Chibaria is going to shed some light on this and then maybe talk a little bit about the strategy and what was used and how you guys can actually learn from this 7-year-old.
Yeah, so it's really impressive story. It's really nice. Like here you see it. There's a 7-year-old. This is a news article of the 7-year-old making 22 million, and you can see him here with some of the toys that he's reviewing. And I would just want to show you a little clip of how simple the videos are, because he basically has his YouTube channel, and then on his YouTube channel with his parents, he's reviewing toys in a very normal way, and they've just been inspiring so many children and getting so many sales from it. And even my cousin knows him. So it's really cool. So I'm going to just play the video.
Hi, today we're playing Brian's Rocket Race. Brian's new board game.
So he has his own toys now.
Oh no, these are I think so actually.
Are you ready?
Wow.
I'm gonna win.
Or Ryan Edition.
Box it and see what comes inside. And you can get this game at Target and Target.com.
You see, like with Target.
So they're selling all the way.
You see, that's me. And then here's the 2 rocket ship. There is
And it's the kids that are watching this.
Yeah.
And they're showing their parents.
So the
Mommy, Daddy, I want this.
And they're reviewing it and they're playing, and it's like it's so nice. It's so easy as well. Like that's why a lot of the time, really, anyone can do this.
And then when you hit it, it goes to your rocket ship.
His selling is effortless, huh?
The more you hit it, the more closer it goes to your rocket ship. If it goes to your rocket ship and blast off, then you win.
So nice, right? No Rolex watch needed, no Lamborghini needed.
No.
Just a little kid reviewing some toys.
Yeah, and it's really very powerful, because one of the things that we discuss a lot as well with students is that it's so powerful to have a personal brand. And obviously, like what he does, he has a personal brand on YouTube where like all the kids know him, but also parents know him, and it's just by means of him putting out these videos and getting views from it, and then building this up. And then also one of the things that you could see in there is that he's mentioning Target, where people can actually buy the products. So I think one big eye opener as well for a lot of people is the fact that when you go into business, you don't per se always need your own product, like something that you have created, but like he does, he's just reviewing toys, and he's then putting his own affiliate link for people to be able to buy those toys, and making a lot of money out of it.
So I think that it still comes from needing to build up that social media following from YouTube to be able to do that.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, and this is just one example, right, of a little kid doing it, and a little kid, showing his hobby, which is playing with toys, and consistently showing up. Like there's so many different areas where a person can monetize their passion. And for instance, like a question that we ask a lot at events is like, have you ever given advice? And how much did you get paid for it? Now, most people, like pretty much everyone, has given advice before, but obviously not getting paid for it.
But then there's also thousands of people who are getting paid for giving advice right now.
A lot.
So the question really is, what is the difference between these two types of people?
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. And how are you watching this right now?
But then what would you say to those people who are thinking, but I'm giving advice because I'm helping people. Why should I get paid for it?
Yeah.
What is your words for people who are thinking that way?
So I think really, if you truly want to help people and allow them to make sustainable change in their life, you have to understand that it has to do with how do people show up. And we've got this saying that people who pay more attention. And I think many people, like I personally had it before, you may have had it, and a lot of people watching may have had it, is that you give someone advice, but they don't do anything with it. They kind of take it for granted, and therefore they don't change their life. And there you are sitting thinking like, I really want to help this person. Why is he or she not listening to me? Whereas if you are offering your counseling or your advice, your mentorship or whatever to a person, and they have paid money for it, they'll better show up. they know, hey, I've paid money for this, and I'll better do the stuff that this person is advising to be able to change my life.
So what about those people who they've like helped a friend get out of a relationship breakup or something like that before, and then they feel like, well, no, I helped them out of it and I didn't charge for it, but I wasn't supposed to charge for it, and I want to continue to help my friends. Like, what are your thoughts on that? Because I know a lot of people are thinking that way, and also the idea of money for a lot of people is kind of very foreign when it comes to helping people. It's kind of these two things, don't make sense to the average person because we weren't taught that at school. You know?
Yeah, true. So like basically what it starts off with is first understanding for yourself, do you have that knowledge, that passion, that talent, or something that you feel that you can add value to other people? And how can you from now on, not saying that you have to charge all your previous friends or anything like that, but for now on see like, hey, is there actually more people besides my friends who might be interested in that? And
so to get further reach out to the world, and can we adopt an entrepreneurial mindset to this whole system? I think that is a beautiful way to look at it. Is to say, hey, we're not saying, hey, you should stop helping your friends. We're also not saying, hey, you should charge all for your mom, your dad, your kids for giving advice. But in the sense that, hey, you are helping people, and whatever you've helped people with, the question you need to ask yourself is, can I possibly help anybody else around the world? Could there be anybody else in the world right now who is going through the same thing, which I could possibly help? And if the answer is yes, then hey, wait there a second. Maybe helping people could become not just something I'm passionate about, but something that I can actually profit from also. Instead of saying, because right now most people are stuck in their jobs and they're doing something they don't enjoy. They don't feel like they don't feel like they're helping people every day. And they're just doing it and slaving away at it to get paid. So instead, what we're saying is, how about you do something that is of purpose, that is like helping people, and at the same time getting paid for it.
Yeah, definitely. And also, like a lot of the time, people then have these questions that, okay, how do I find it? Well, we actually have this SKEPT framework. So for those of you who are watching, make sure to comment it below. It spells SKEPT framework, which basically has to do with, do you have a particular skill, a particular piece of knowledge, some experience that you've gone through, a particular talent, or just a passion for something? If you can map out any of these things and realize that for whatever you have overcome, whatever talent, skill set, or whatever you have, there are at least 1,000, if not tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people who would really do with your advice. And this is one of the beautiful things as well. If you look at the stats right now, the knowledge industry, or also known as the e-learning industry, at this very moment, it's a $500 million a day industry. So people are spending $500 million every single day for knowledge.
I think we don't even need to go so far-fetched in talking about any type of e-learning and where people are like, oh, well, what does that mean? How do I create this type of thing? We can even talk about even just books, educational books. I think the question really is, those of you who are watching this show, how many of you have read to learn about something before? And if you have read to learn about something before, you read a book, then if you purchased that book, then actually you just paid somebody for a piece of advice. And in the same way, so whether you do it as a book format, whether you do it as an online course, whether you do it as a seminar, a webinar, whatever you want to call it, actually there's so many different ways to be able to do this.
And whenever I started to learn a little bit more about this industry, I was actually amazed at the types of courses or pieces of information that people are offering. For instance, like there's people who make millions out of teaching other people how to use Excel. Now I know Excel. I know I could have done something like that, right? And it's like it goes to a vast variety of different things.
Photography, you got videography, you got different playing games, even you have everything.
Pets, if you know how to teach pets how to sit, then there's so many pet owners that don't know how to do it.
Translation, different languages, all these different things. So
cooking.
Cooking. People are charging for
or how do you
lessons.
Sit properly? How do you lay down properly?
How to meditate, how to do yoga, how to dance, how to sing, and there's bound to be something that some knowledge that some expertise that you have, and maybe you're thinking, oh, but what makes me qualified for it? And there's a lot of other people are doing out there, and they know how to do that too, right? But also one thing to understand is Ryan will not be the only kid who's reviewing toys out there. In the same sense that every known person right now, any celebrity, any big influencer right now, it won't be the only person with that knowledge right now. So how do you actually make yourself stand out or get yourself in front of the people? This is what Chibaria always teaches.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Would you like to
definitely.
shed a bit of light on the principles?
Yeah,
behind
so
it?
so one of the things that really will help is if you look at, you know, what is one of your characteristics that you already naturally have, but that other people can relate to. Because one of the things that you have to realize is that people will start, you know, either following you or buying from you for two reasons. One is that they aspire to be like you, so they look up to you and they think like, wow, you're amazing, or that they resonate with you and they feel like, oh, you're just like me, right? So if you just very simply look at yourself and see what characteristics do I have and can I amplify that it can, you know, really reach out to more people and help more people, then it can really help you. And for me, one of the things is that I don't amplify it anyway or like do because I think about it. It's just I always smile. So people always come to me and say like, oh, I remembered you. I saw you in that video because you're smiling all the time. And like that's just who I am personally.
And that's why you have the smile group for them as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's actually very funny that wasn't done by purposefully. It kind of came as a result
Yeah,
because
the universe just gave
yeah,
it to you.
the universe just gave it. It's like it can be a coincidence, but I thought of the social media lifestyle entrepreneurs, and I was like, hey, wait a second, that's kind of spelled smile. So it's
Beautiful.
really funny. How
By the
that
way,
went.
those of you who haven't joined the Smile Group yet, it's a free group where Chibaria adds a lot of value. They're teaching a lot of different things with social media, entrepreneurship, turning your passion into profits, or even finding your passion anyway, and how to package it and turn it into profits so that you don't need to slave away doing something that you don't enjoy in life. And I
Yeah.
believe that Chibaria is also running a masterclass on this too. So those of you who have not yet been through the masterclass, it's a free masterclass for all. So make sure to click on the link in the description and join that too. So 2 things for free for everybody
Yes.
today. And if you enjoyed this show and if you got anything out of it whatsoever, or you just learn a few knowledge pieces here and there, please do hit the thumbs up, hit the like button, also comment below. Tell us how much you enjoyed the smile and let us know where you guys have tuned in from. And finally, if you're new to this channel and you haven't already, remember to hit that subscribe button and the notifications button next to it. That's that little bell sign, by the way, because this year I'm dedicated to making daily videos to hold you accountable to make it your best year yet. But for now, guys, we're signing out. Ciao. Namaste.
Thank you.